Hey guys, Tang with FAF Airsoft here. In today's video, we're going to do AK basics video. So a lot of people have asked us to continue the series. So today we're going to do one about the AK-47 style guns and everything you need to know about them. Before I start though, be sure to subscribe to our newsletter if you haven't already, or if you've signed up for our giveaway. This is your best way to get updates on deals and everything going on at FAF Airsoft, as well as some exclusive content. All you have to do is sign up at the bottom of the page there on foxairsoft.com. You can find them on every page, so the newsletter is right at the bottom. Okay, so let's talk about the AK platform for Airsoft. This is an electric gun. This one is made by Lancer Tactical, so we'll use this as the demonstration gun today. All right, so you'll see the terms a lot, AKM, AK-47. In Airsoft, it's interchangeable pretty much. In real life, there's slightly different versions of the same gun essentially, but let's start with the outside. So starting with the outside, you have the tip here, which is typically gonna be 14 millimeter counterclockwise. Otherwise, on some AK style guns, it's gonna be 24 millimeter positive. Then you have the handguard here, which is typically not removable. Some of the more modern AKs will have rails on them. The battery does not go in here. Then you have the rear sight here, which a lot of people get wrong by flipping over or putting really high. This just slides up and down, and that's all you need to do to adjust the iron sight. The front, if it's not molded on, will usually have a tool that you can turn to adjust the elevation on the front post. When you pull the charging handle, it'll typically expose the hop-up chamber over here, and that is controlled by a sliding lever. The amount of hop-up you'll give will depend on where you place that lever. The AK style hop-ups are very consistent, so typically because there's not as much moving parts as some other guns, it stays very accurate. Over here you have what's called the top cover. Now on some guns, this may house the battery, and others it might just be an empty space. This here is the fire selector. So you have safe, semi, and full auto, or safe, full auto, semi, I should say. So you have safe, full auto, and semi-auto. The middle position is the full auto position. Down here you have a trigger guard and the magazine release, which you will activate with your thumb and rock the magazine out. Now the most important thing about not breaking your AK is getting the magazine insertion correct. So the AK magazine will always have this kind of hooked lip here and a back piece here. The front of the magazine gets hooked in first, and then you rock it in, and it should snap in. Where people could get it wrong is if they're in a hurry or they treat this like an M4 and they just shove it in. What happens is the gun could get mag locked and you could damage or get the magazine stuck. So do not reverse the order and do something like this. Be very considerate and just rock it in, and you're good to go. This is the buttstock here. Now on the full stock guns, the battery will typically be housed in here with the wiring. And on some guns, you might have to slide the plate off, like so. It just clicks into place. Some guns might actually require you to unscrew the butt plate, and that's typical of the wood stock guns sometimes that I've seen. The magazine itself, this is an AK-47 style magazine, and it's metal, and it's a 600 round high cap. There are 100 something round mid caps available for it. Another type of magazine you might find is the AK-74 magazine, which is going to be compatible but looks a little bit different. This compatibility will just depend on the brand of the gun, but typically in Airsoft, they are interchangeable. In real life, these are based on two different calibers of AKs, so they do not interchange. For battery space on guns with a folding stock, this is where it gets really tricky. Is a lot of beginners might have trouble opening and closing the top cover. So guns that typically house the battery in the top cover, this is a Echo 1 AK-74U style. This is a hinged cover that's spring loaded, and the battery will go here. This is going to take a stick type battery, and not all AKs can fit certain sticks. This will fit a 9.6 volt stick battery, or the equivalent LiPo. Some guns might have a block here that prevents you from using something that big. So ask whoever you buy the gun from all the questions first before you buy the batteries and all that stuff. And then to close it, you'll see the springy button here. You're gonna close it like so, and it should kick out and lock. So the battery is now secure. All right, so this is an AKSU, basically an AKM underfolder. This is actually my gun. And to put a battery into this guy, the top cover is not captured, but you have to press the button just like before and open it to reveal the battery compartment. Now this is where it gets tricky for a lot of new people, is there's a lip here on the back of the trunnion where this will catch. And you need to make sure it's in the right spot, and then you can push the button just a tiny bit to get it into place, and then give it a good whack. Don't do that unless this is fully lined up, otherwise you could damage something. For the underfolding type, to unfold the stock, there's a button here, and this will clear the 47 style magazines perfectly, but it won't work with a drum. AK-74 style guns might have a side folding stock, which is going to have a button on the left side of the receiver, and it's going to catch a hook, which is spring loaded like a latch, and it just holds there. If you need to unlock it, you just simply put your thumb where that latch is and unlock it. One more thing I could warn you about is the faux cleaning rod or fake cleaning rod that's on these airsoft AKs. They are metal, so you should not use them for cleaning your airsoft gun barrel. They could scratch up the barrel that's inside. Use only the plastic cleaning rod that comes with the gun. All right guys, that does it for us today. So hopefully you enjoyed the video, found it useful. If you're a prospective AK user, now you know what to expect. If you like videos like this or have a request for another gun basics video, be sure to leave a comment for us below. And don't forget to follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. I'm Tank from FAF Airsoft. I'll see you guys later.